Alright, so what I did right here is I masked off all these, as you can see. Put the electrical tape on it. I bent it in, made sure it worked. Then I assembled the frame, but only up to the top part, as you can see here. I left the top part open so it's exposed. So I can put, get a general grasp at how it looks once you put it on. This part is a little too in. I'm going to try to adjust it a bit, but it does fit in properly. But of course, I was trying to figure out how this whole thing works with this. Now, I said that the legs need wires to go through, so what I did was I made holes there, as you could see, but I couldn't get the wire through. I couldn't get this wire through. So I had to remove the whole section up, like peel it off with my nail and sand it a bit further, and then I cut the holes in, and then I slide the wiring in there, as you could see. I also made a knot inside inside this, so that way if I accidentally pull it, it doesn't come out all the way. This is kind of a little security feature for me, just to make sure I do this right. But I don't know if this is the appropriate leg, but I think it's the other one. I actually think it's this one. So you put that through there, or is it the other one? I think it's the other one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yep. So you can barely see the connector, or the wiring connecting to this. It's perfectly put in. Now, I'm showing you this because, see, the wires are right outside. It won't. I can't put it over this. So what I did was, and I'll use this as an example, I made holes right there, just big enough for me to squeeze in the two wires for the positive and the negative. The positive is on the right hand side, the negative is on the left hand side. I'm also going to calculate how much space, how much wiring I'm going to give, because I don't want to mask this. I want to paint this separately. So I'm going to give it enough slack where I can keep it like this, and then it's dangling like that. And then I can paint this, mask this part off, paint this. I may even pop this off and paint this one as well. Let me see if I could do that. Yeah, that's easy. So enough slack, and then that way I can just push it back in again, glue it on, and it's done. And then once I get the wiring done, once I close these two up, I got to make the holes for this. Once I close these up, they're going to be all in one piece, because I also need to figure out the connector for this guy. It's a bit of a chore because this needs to go through this, but you need to have this here and this wrong way here, and I think I did that wrong. Wait, no, that goes like that. That goes like that. Is it this one then? Oh, it's this one, I'm sorry. So this one goes there. So this wiring will have to go to the side like that, and then I'm going to shimmy it around there. Maybe make a, I know there's a part here that I have to put on, but I could probably drill two holes, because one will be the positive connected to the positive that's on that side, and then another wiring connecting to a lead here, and the same thing for the negative. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Let me see if I can pull this off. Alrighty, so I have officially glued everything together. The top part is glued, and I glued everything from here to the crotch area of the waist unit. And through a lot of finagling, I was able to squeeze the wiring like this. and I was originally gonna squeeze it down there, but it would have hit this because there's another part that goes there, and it wouldn't have not worked. So this is as best as I can. I'm gonna see what I can do to cover these wires up. I don't know if it's possible, if it's not possible. I do have something. I'll pull it out in a minute. Actually, no, I'll pull it out right now. What the hell am I talking about? Just gotta remember where I put it. No. Is it this one? Yes. It's this one, but now I'm kind of dreading it. A while back, I got these little these spring unit type things that you can actually put, can cover things. But I should have thought of that ahead of time. Maybe I could find something where I can squeeze it in or cover it up. I don't know. This would have been perfect, but I have no idea yet. But let's move forward. So it's glued on, except for the back feet, because they're being held on by the tape. This is what it looks like from behind. Now, I worked on the base right here, and I forgot I didn't have anything any metal that would have been perfect to what do you call it, to conduct, yeah, is it conductive, or be conductive for electrical work. And I was having trouble figuring out how I'm going to do this. So remember these little photo etch parts. Now these are, I don't know if this is brass or copper. I have a feeling this is brass, but brass is conductive. So what I did was, there was a leftover metal metal plates on the thing, where I actually cut it off, bent it, and I made strips there. As you can see, it's not perfect, as you can see. I'm gonna detail that up a bit, or clean it up a bit. And then I did the same thing here, where I have two strips of brass here already soldered, and a wire going down here. This is a bit of a mess, but I'm hoping on sanding it down, and then I wired it up to here. I kind of made a mistake here, and I had to redo the whole thing, but this is fine. This is okay. So this base is almost done, you could say. So all you need to do is stick this right on top of that. Come on, there we go. So now it's a little wobbly, but I want to put this one here just to show what it looks like. There we go. That's good. Now then, pull out my battery. See if I can do this half-assed. There we go. Check that out. All 12 lights lit up by this battery, and this is a Duracell battery, 3 watt. I'm gonna this is going to be used, and it's going to probably, the battery life will probably be drained within, who knows, an hour or so. I haven't stress tested it yet, which I will, but I'll end up getting like a an Energizer battery, or more than one of these. I'm tempted to put 2 of these, but that will be 6 watts, and I think that will probably be the bane of this. So this is where I get a little confused. I know if you put resistors, it's designed to resist the amount of electrical force going into this. So if I put 2 of these, but I put resistors on it, does it increase the longevity of the battery? Or should 1 be enough? Again, I need help here. I got some information, but I guess I'm a bit afraid to do something like this. I'd rather play it safe than maybe wise, or maybe that's not an appropriate way to say it. But hey, I did this, and it's kind of cool. And I like how it came out. I really do. So far, everything is coming out the way I thought. I'm going to clean up everything. I'm going to glue stuff on. But I think I've already completed the task of putting on LED lights on this kit. Now it's time for me to begin painting. And I'm going to be priming the whole... First thing, it's going to be sectional, so the legs will be separate from the body. I'm not going to work on the armored arm things, these the 2 little carriers that makes up the arms over here. And then I'm going to start I'll prime them, and we'll begin painting. So, what do you guys think of this piece of work? Pretty good. It's not bad. I'm not digging this wobbly thing. What are you gonna do? I did sand down the edges on this so it's nice and even. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Let's do this one more time for those of you who did not see it properly again. There we go. And I'm sorry I didn't get the thrusters on that right now, because they're going to be, the parts for the thrusters, but they're not, they're going to be painted separately. And of course, the whole purpose of putting out this is to pop it after I prime everything. Keep this loose out there so I could paint it separate, and then paint both separate, then glue them together. And that'll be it. All right. What do you guys think of this, huh?